Hello, Lightnin.
Hi, Travis. Been looking for you. I wanted to say goodbye.
I hope you're not going to regret selling the ranch, Lightnin.
I reckon you think I'm crazy, eh?
No. I realize there are too many men in Texas that hate the Crandall name. Your dad's gone, but...
His enemies are still here. Some of my own, too.
Well, you being the fastest gunfighter in Texas will always draw fighting men.
That's just it. There'll always be gunmen that try to drop me just for the reputation they'd make. I'm tired of it, Travis. From now on, I'm going to be a tenderfoot.
You, a tenderfoot?
I mean it, Travis. Here in Texas, I've got to keep on being a gunfighter or else stop lead. I'm going where I'm not known.
Well, now, where can that be?
Arizona. Maybe I'll buy a spread if I like it around Ogalla. That's good cattle country.
Leaving now?
Yep. Got my bedroll on the saddle, and this gun gets buried in the saddlebags as soon as I cross the state line.
Well, good luck to you, boy. Oh, wait a minute, Bob. How about a little farewell drink before you leave?
All right.
Lightnin, they call him, huh? Well, he'll be a flash in the pan when I sling my smoke. Peters from the Pecos, that's me. I'm gonna show this measly country what a fast gunman is. Give me another drink, barkeep.
You see? There's another one. Doesn't even know me. Yet he wants my notch on his gun. Come on, let's have that drink.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna kill that lightning hombre. Peters will show you folks how he draws.
What'll you have, Travis?
Scotch.
Sarsaparilla for mine.
Howdy, stranger. You ain't seen this hombre that calls himself Lightnin, have you?
Why, no. Are you looking for him?
Yep.
Have a drink?
Sure. You ain't a friend of this Jasper's, are you? Because if you are, I ain't drinking with you.
I don't reckon you'd call me a friend of his. In fact, if Lightnin should ever get hung, I'd be right there to pull on one end of the rope.
You ain't a-gonna get hung. I'm gonna see to that.
Well, here's hoping you find Lightnin.
Don't worry. I will.
Hey, Lightnin, I got some mail for you.
So you're the hombre they call Lightnin, huh? Well, let's see how fast a gunman you are. Into your hand.
Sorry, Peters, but you asked for it. Stay off of the ridges when it storms. They say lightning strikes the high places. That's what I'm getting away from.
You let me know where you settle?
Sure. In the meantime, take care of things for me the same as always, will you?
Sure thing.
And Travis, if anybody should ask you where this fellow Lightnin is, tell them he's dead. Savvy? So long, Travis.
So long, Lightnin. Mr. Lightnin, this may seem a strange request, but we are on the verge of a range war that will involve my father. I have heard that you are the fastest gunman on the border and have always acted within the law. Your presence here may prevent this bloodshed. Would you consider coming? Sheila Shannon, Ogalla, Arizona. I'm sorry, Miss Shannon, but orders is orders.
Like something happened, Sheila. You stay here.
Here's your new hands, Wes. Boys, meet Wes Shannon. Why, he's one of
Never
the...
mind that, Texas. What's happened?
Well, Tommy's in trouble. He had a row over in Ogalla with one of Blaine's riders. Nobody knows exactly. Anyway, Tommy killed him. He hit the breeze, and he...
Why should Tommy run away? It was a fair fight, wasn't it?
Why, sure. Tommy wouldn't fight no other way, Miss Sheila. But Blaine claims that Tommy dry-gulched his man, and he's out to get him. So as he can say, we started a war.
Well, what is Tommy going to do now?
Well, I reckon he'll head south of the river. Try to get here if he can.
Yeah, Blade will be figuring that way, too. He'll be coming along sooner or later, and I don't want Tommy around when he does.
But, Dad, Tommy can stand trial. There's no jury that would convict him as long as it was a fair fight.
Yes, but he'd never go to trial. He used his head running. Blaine's had things his own way. He'd see to it that Tommy got a rope. I'm sorry, child, but it looks like that range war was bound to come.
I guess so, Dad. But I hate it terribly. Those new men there.
Yes, gunmen. I had to do it, dear. Blaine's killers would murder my cowhands.
I know. And he's probably saying the same thing. Oh, Dad, why don't you sell him the ranch up above the Blue if he wants it?
I couldn't live in this country if I had to take orders from Blaine. No brand-blotting range hog like him can tell me what to do, and he'll soon find it out. Did you hear from that Lightnin gunfighter in Texas?
Yeah. Came yesterday.
Too bad. We could have used one more fast gun on our side. Blaine's already got Parson Durkin and Prescott and... It's Blaine and his men. Keep out of sight till you're needed. You go inside. I'll attend to this.
No, Dad, I'm staying.
Howdy, Shannon. How do you do, Miss Sheila? I hate to ride in on you this way, but your son dry-gulched one of my men, and we're looking for him.
I ain't seen him, Blaine. But when I do, I'll tell him there's a mob out to lynch him.
This isn't a mob, Shannon. It's a posse, sworn to defend the law.
Yeah, well, whether it's a posse or a mob, you ain't welcome on my land, Blaine. And if I was you, I'd turn around and ride back to my own side of the Blue. Call off your men. I ain't alone. If you start something here, you'll be sorry.
Been hiring new men, eh, Shannon?
Yeah. And don't forget, every one of them men can hit a coyote dead center first shot.
Dad, please let me handle this.
Now, you mind your...
Dad, please. Mr. Blaine, I'll give you my word of honor. My brother isn't here. Now, will you please go?
Well, I reckon I can take your word, Miss Sheila. Too bad you're not the boss of the Potter. You and me'd get along fine.
Isn't there some way we can avoid this trouble between you and Dad?
Well, I'd be mighty reasonable with you, and more. You know how I feel about you.
Don't.
Well, you're the only one that can stop this war.
Don't you think you'd better go?
All right. But you be thinking about what I've said. Goodbye.
Do you think maybe if you were boss, you could stop this war, Miss Sheila?
Perhaps I could if I wanted to. Tex, do you think Tommy can keep clear of them?
Well, Tommy knows this range like an Injun, and if Blaine's anywhere around, I'd be willing to bet that Tommy ain't nearer than 20 miles.
Mighty fine cattle country, eh, Jigger?
All right, amigo. Keep your mitts away from that gun and reach high. Howdy, stranger. Sorry, but I reckon I better take that gun. I guess I was wrong worrying about you. Tenderfoot, ain't you?
I guess clothes don't make the man, eh?
Well, not with you, stranger. Them clothes don't make you look any more like a real
Any more
Westerner.
than your face makes you look like a real outlaw.
Check, amigo. But right or wrong, there's a posse after me, and I... Hey, you can't pull anything on me. I ain't falling for that old trick.
I noticed that.
Nice horse.
You aiming to steal him?
Well, I hate to do it, but my pinto's too well known, and I've got to get to the pothook.
That doesn't look like a fair trade, Mr. Outlaw.
Hey, don't worry. No Shannon's a horse thief.
Shannon.
Yes, Wes Shannon's son. By the way, stranger, what's your name?
Crandall. Crandall from Kentucky.
Well, I'm glad to know you, Crandall. And don't worry about your horse. I'll leave him at the pothook and you can trade back. And do you mind climbing down so I can get going?
All right, Shannon. I hope you meant what you said about leaving my,
Don't worry, Crandall. I won't hurt your pet. He'll be there waiting for you. And say, if you run into that posse, tell them
I'll tell them you were too fast for me. Had a tough day, eh, boy? Well, I'll take it easy with you.
Hey, Bo. Isn't that Tommy Shannon's horse?
Sure is, but that ain't Tommy.
Oh, tenderfoot. I wonder where he got that horse. Wait a minute. Where'd you get that pinto?
Oh, that. You know, it's a funny thing. I was riding along and some fella held me up and took my horse. I got the worst of the bargain.
You're one of Shannon's new gunmen. Sent her to provide a fresh horse for his son.
No, mister. You're making a mistake.
Wait a minute. Where's Tommy Shannon?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Hold it, Blaine. He's just a tenderfoot.
Well, tenderfoot or no tenderfoot, I'll show him who's the... Oh, here.
That fellow's no tenderfoot.
Be 150 on Blaine, Hall.
You're making a bad bet, mister.
I'll take that.
Just wait till he gets going. I'm waiting.
Stranger, let me buy you a drink.
All right.
Little scotch, bartender. What'd you have?
Sarsaparilla for mine.
With your punch, I guess you don't need nothing stronger than sarsaparilla. Here's how, tenderfoot. If you value your skin, you better breeze out of here. Unless you can sling that gun you're wearing.
Why?
Blaine's a bad hombre. He'll force you to draw next time you meet. And he's fast.
How fast?
Only one man hereabout can beat him at the draw. And that's Parson Durkin, his own men.
Parson Durkin?
Know him?
Well, no, but I've heard of him. I guess I better get rid of this gun then, eh? Take care of this for me, will you?
Playing safe, huh, stranger? Well, I don't blame you. Well, look me up sometime.
I will. So long.
So long.
Say, where's that tenderfoot that licked Blaine?
Lightnin. Howdy, Parson.
You on Shannon's side?
I came here looking for peace.
And if you're looking for peace, you picked a fine spot. Why, there's...
I know, there's a feud ready to bust. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm neutral. I came here to buy a spread and settle down.
You think anyone's going to believe that?
Parson, my guns are packed forever. No one here knows me except you. If you're still my friend, you won't talk.
I'm your friend, Lightnin. But don't forget, I'm working for Blaine.
So I've heard.
It'd be tough on us if we should ever happen to be on opposite sides, wouldn't it?
I hope that day never comes.
Me too.
I owe you a lot, Parson. You taught me everything I know. You made me the fastest gunfighter on the border. That is, outside of yourself.
Oh, I don't know about that. There are times when a man's been known to turn tables on his teacher.
Lucky for us, we'll never find out. Because from now on, I'm going unhealed. You'll keep still about me, won't you?
Sure.
Thanks. sorry I had to drop in on you like that.
Well, you did sort of scare the life out of me for the moment, but I'm glad you got away.
Me too.
When Blaine's men saw you on the Pinto, they must have mistaken you for my brother Tommy.
Well, I'm very glad to know you, Miss Shannon. You Shannons and me have sure been meeting under peculiar circumstances, haven't we?
We certainly have, Mr. Crandall.
How do you know my name?
From my brother Tommy. He told us about you. Crandall from Kentucky, isn't it?
Oh, yes, of course.
We're very grateful to you. With your help, Tommy was able to get away from Blaine's men. When do you want to pick up your horse?
Right now.
Do you...
That depends.
On what?
On whether I can find the kind of ranch I want to buy.
Oh. Well, maybe my father could help you. Shall we go?
All right. Tell me about your brother Tommy.
Thanks for loaning your horse to my boy. About the land, have you any definite place in mind?
Yes. I'd like it best if I could buy right on the river.
Well, I might sell you the WA.
Dad, you wouldn't do that.
Why not? Of course, the WA is the center of a feud right now, but there's no reason why Blaine should hold a grudge against the buyer.
But, Dad, Mr. Crandall's already had a run-in with Blaine's men.
Oh, well, that being the case, maybe you better not...
If I buy, it'll be up to me to get along with my neighbors.
No, don't you see? Blaine wants the WA for himself. Why, he's liable to...
Blaine's coyotes are guarding every trail of the pothook, except the one to Ogalla.
Prescott was guarding that one too, Texas. At least he was until he started chasing Mr. Crandall.
Well, they're too late now. Tommy's past them.
Crandall, introduce me to the gentleman, Mr. Shannon.
Why, sure, Texas. This is Texas May, my foreman. This is Crandall.
I'm sure glad to see you, Crandall. Having men like you on our side makes me feel a lot safer.
Have you ever seen me before?
No, but shucks, I know who Lightnin Crandall is. Why,
You're making a mistake, Tex. I'm Steve Crandall. The fellow you're thinking of is dead.
Well, my mistake, I reckon.
Well, that's all right. I've been taken for lightning before.
That's odd, isn't it? When the trouble started, I wrote to this man Lightning asking him to come here.
You did?
Yes, and I got an answer from a man named Travis.
What did he say?
Well, he said that Lightning was dead.
I'm sorry, I'm not the right Crandall, Miss Shannon.
That's all right. I expect you're much nicer. You know, in spite of my romantic ideas about him, he was probably just another gunman. No, I'm glad you're you.
Thanks. I hope you mean it. Hello, Sheila.
Hello, Bob.
Howdy, Shannon.
Howdy, Crandall. Through inspecting the WA?
Yep. Covered the whole spread in a week. And I'm ready to buy. But you'll have to throw Texas in with a deal.
Well, I hate to lose him, but if you've made up your minds between you, I reckon there's nothing I can do about it.
Let's go to town then and draw up the papers.
Just as soon as I get my gun. Get the men, Texas. We might run into Blaine.
Right.
I'm glad you're buying the WA.
Are you? I'm going to build a house up there, and I was wondering if you'd help me.
Me?
Yes, you see, I thought you could help me fix it up. But just as if you were going to live in it yourself someday.
Is this by any chance a proposal?
Well, not exactly, but...
Good boy, Crandall. Don't let her trap you. Come on, better get away quick.
Well, here's the horse, Fred.
All right, boys. Stick around town and keep your eyes open.
friend Crandall just rode in.
Well, if he steps in here, I'll drop him on sight.
Careful, Blaine. He and his friends might set a trap for you.
What are you trying to do? Scare me off? What friends he got?
Oh, Texas, and Shannon and his gunmen.
Oh, what of it?
Nothing. Only I got a hunch that maybe Crandall might be bad medicine, Blaine, that's all.
Ah.
Hello, stranger.
Howdy, Hall.
Crandall here just bought my ranch. Staying, Crandall?
Yeah. Why?
Blaine's in the saloon telling how he's going to get you if he lays eyes on you.
Yeah? Well, I'll have to settle this sooner or later. It might as well be now.
Don't be a fool. Blaine would murder you.
You think so? He wouldn't shoot a tenderfoot that ain't healed, would he?
I'm not so sure about that. Now, wait a minute. We'll all go.
No, Shannon. This is a matter between me and Blaine. I'll settle it alone.
Hey, I'm going with you.
All right, Tex. But no one else. Listen, Tex. This'll either be guns or nerves. Whatever it is, you stay out of it.
What? Me stand back and watch them down you without slaying lead? Not so you can notice it. I'll be right there.
You'll do as I say, or keep out.
Oh, shucks. All right.
Let me have that gun I left here the other day. Howdy, Blaine. I hear you've been talking about me. Talk like that is apt to get a man in trouble. As a matter of fact, you're in trouble right now.
You're covering a lot of ground, Crandall. That new gun might stick in its holster.
Maybe you would loan me yours, Parson.
Is that a threat?
I hope it don't turn out that way. Blaine, I'm getting tired of hearing of what you're going to do to me. If you've got what it takes, you'll fill your hands now.
Trying to badger me to draw, eh, Crandall? While your men are waiting to drop me the minute I move.
Texas is out of this. Besides, there's 3 of you against us 2.
How many you got waiting at those windows?
You're crawling, Blaine. Well, get this. I bought the WA from Shannon this morning.
You bought what?
You heard me. The WA. So keep your men clear. I don't want trouble, but
Let me tell you something. You're with Shannon. Well, that suits me just fine. Because none of Shannon's men or his cattle are safe north of the Blue. You get it?
I get it, Blaine. And I'm north of the Blue.
Well, I wasn't aiming to open war on a tenderfoot without a warning. Now you've got yours.
I'll remember that.
You ain't caught up with Tommy Shannon yet, Blaine, have you?
Don't push your luck too far. They might be calling you Lightnin again.
Man, after that session, I sure need a drink. Say, for a tenderfoot, you're the hardest talking hombre in town. What would you have done if Blaine had called your bluff?
I guess I'd have had to make good.
Let's have that drink.
Sarsaparilla for mine.
Figuring on registering your stock under a new brand, Crandall?
Maybe. Why?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking. You know, this would make a right smart brand for your stock. Simple to make and hard to block, too. Could call it Streak of Lightnin. Sort of fits, eh, Crandall?
Meaning?
Oh, meaning there's a lot of little things you do that tells me you're no tenderfoot.
Such as?
Such as taking off your spurs before you get out of your shafts. That new rope I gave you. You drug it behind your horse so all the kinks are out of it. And you can read a brand as far as you can see a steer. And
you think I'm Lightnin Crandall.
I don't think. I know.
You win, Tex.
Hiding?
No. I left Texas because I was sick of being a gunfighter. I hoped to take off my guns when I got here. But I reckon there's no use. It's like there's...
Blames, man, they cut some of the herd. Blaines, man. They got Jed, too.
Is he? Have one of the boys take Martini to the doctor. Tell the others to round up the cattle and stay with the herd. Those coyotes are liable to try it again.
Right.
I reckon it's the beginning. Well, I'm going to beat them to the punch. I'm going to round up my boys and...
No, Shannon. That's just what we're trying to avoid. More bloodshed.
You ain't running this, Crandall. Jed and Red are my boys, and Blaine's men knew it.
Can you bring back Jed or cure Red's wound by more fighting?
Do you want a bunch of dirty killers to go free?
All you think of is revenge. First it was Blaine, now you. If something isn't done, it'll just be an endless round of revenge for murder and murder for revenge.
She's right, Shannon.
Well, if you've got a plan, I'll listen.
Well, I haven't got one now.
You men can't find one. I will.
Well, they're taken right into the doctor, all right. There's only one way to stop this war.
Kill Blaine, I suppose.
Correct. I'll fill his darn hide so full of lead, it'll do for a sash weight.
No, Tex. That wouldn't do.
Why not?
I'll take Sheila back to the WA.
I reckon that's how you'd do most anything to stop this war, wouldn't you, Miss Sheila?
Yeah, Tex, I sure would.
Not thinking about marrying Blaine by any chance, are you, Miss?
Why, what makes you think I'd do a thing like that?
Oh, nothing. Only just in case you was. Don't you do it.
Don't worry.
Get your bronc, Tex. We'll head back to the WA.
Right.
Bob, what do you intend to do?
Not worried about me, are you?
Yes, I am. Blaine and his men might... Well, besides, if they shot you, I wouldn't get the fun of planning your house.
Sheila, couldn't we call it our house?
Is it a proposal this time?
All ready, Bob? I guess we better get going.
I don't think I'll go with you. I believe I'll stop in town for the mail.
All right, Sheila.
Bob, no matter what happens, I want you to know that there's no one else.
Well, I don't know.
No, don't ask me any questions now. You'll understand later.
Hi there. Anybody around? Hi, man. I hope you don't mind. I was just fixing to help myself to some grub.
Ain't exactly a healthy spot for you, Tommy.
Yeah, I know it, but I figured I'd hole up and drift as soon as it gets dark.
Where to?
Well, Blaine's dead set on seeing me swing, so I'm hitting leather for Texas.
If you're figuring on riding all night, you better get some sleep. Go ahead. Tex and me will keep a lookout for you.
Thanks.
Get some grub in those saddlebags, Tex.
Right off.
As long as you're heading for the Lone Star State, I'll give you a note to a friend of mine. He might be able to help you out.
Well, thanks, Crandall. Hey, Crandall. I didn't know you come from Texas. I thought you hailed from Kentucky.
Well, you see, I came out here.
You know what, Tommy? They call him Lightnin down in Texas.
Lightnin?
Uh-huh.
Holy mackerel, and me so careless with my gun. How come you didn't drop me, Lightnin?
I kind of liked your looks, Tommy. This fellow's name is Travis. I'm sure he'll put you on.
Thanks.
Now you get some sleep. We better stick around outside, Tex.
All right. Digging out the old partner, eh, Lightnin?
Seems like the only way I can help Sheila now.
Well, now, if you'd get Blaine, the war'd be over in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But to get Blaine, I'd have to draw Parson Durkin first. I hope I don't have to meet the parson. He's square. You better take care of the horses. Give Tommy's bay a good feed. Guess I haven't slowed up much.
Well, if you slowed up at all I can say is that nobody will ever notice it.
It's Blaine's man.
Tommy, wake up. It's Blaine's man. Cover those windows. If anything happens, let him have it. What do you want, Prescott?
Tommy Shannon came this way. We want him.
The trail's wide open behind you. Take it.
You can't order a posse off your place, Crandall.
I said get off and stay off.
Not until we've searched the place. Come on.
Stay where you are. You're not searching this place now or ever. Make a play, Prescott. I'm waiting.
Doggone, if he'd have been a couple of inches taller, you'd have sure got him, Lightnin.
Hey, you in the barn.
What do you want, Crandall?
Prescott's still alive. If you'll hold your fire, I'll bring him in.
All right, we'll stop firing.
Keep him covered, boys.
Those dirty double-crossing coyotes.
You'll be all right, Prescott.
Oh, it's mighty white of you, Crandall. Thanks. What do we do now?
Well, they can't get out, but neither can we.
I reckon that makes us even, Stephen.
I'm hoping some of our boys have heard the shooting. If they have, we've got them between fire. Let's just sit tight for a while.
Hello, Sheila. What are you doing here?
Once you said you could stop this war if I'd marry you.
That's right. Sheila, this war'll stop in its tracks the day you marry me.
All right. If you'll let Tommy and Bob Crandall go and stop the war that's coming, I'll marry you. Today.
You're just in time. I've just sent some of my men to the WA after Tommy.
No, you didn't.
Don't worry. I'll take care of that. Parson.
Yeah?
What is it, Ring? Send Slim after Prescott and the men. Tell them the war's over. I'm marrying Sheila Shannon. Have him bring them back to Ogalla. We're going to celebrate.
Well, I reckon none of our men heard the shooting.
I guess not. We've got to get Tommy out of here before it's too late.
Yeah.
Listen, when I give you the signal, start pouring lead through those windows.
Where you going?
Just a little detour. What the devil are they shooting for?
I reckon they want to know if we're still here.
Gosh, he made it.
I guess they decided to stop wasting lead.
What's that?
Ah, stop worrying. That's only a plank warping in the heat.
I'm telling you, somebody back there.
Don't be a fool, Pete. Nobody could cross there without us seeing them.
I don't know about that.
Well, just to satisfy you, I'll go back and take a look.
Drop that gun. I told you somebody back there. Turn around.
Now you men step out one at a time. Hands high. Toss your irons this way. All right, you. Start moving. Get your guns. Hold it. Reach high. Get over there. Tommy. Texas. Come on. Tie him up, Tex. Get going, Tommy.
Well, gosh, I don't
Forget it. Hit leather. Stay where you are, everybody.
Have you seen Prescott or any of our men around?
What do you want with him?
Blaine sent me over to get him. The war is over. He's marrying Sheila Shannon.
What's that you say?
I said Miss Shannon is marrying Blaine. The war is over.
So that's what she meant. Where are they?
I don't know.
Where are they?
They're going to town.
Get Shannon and his men.
Wait a minute. So you think the war's over, huh? Heck, it's just starting. You get Shannon, I'll follow Lightnin.
Right.
Howdy, Judge. Howdy. Miss Shannon and I have come to get married.
Step down to the desk. Sure you want to go through with this?
Definitely.
Sister's in town ready to marry Blaine.
You stay here till we see how it comes out. Come on, boys.
You join your right hands, we'll proceed with the ceremony. You, Carson Blaine, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
You, Sheila Shannon, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband? And you, Sheila Shannon, do you take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
All right, Blaine. I'm giving you a chance to go for your gun. Parson, you stay out of it.
I'm sorry, Lightnin, but I'm still working for Blaine.
Then one of us will have to be sorry, Parson.
Both of you, fill your hands.
Hold on, you hombres. Are you all right, Lightning?
Lightning?
Keep them covered, boys. Where's Sheila? Where's Blaine?
They're up in the courthouse.
Stop that wedding! Stop it, or I'll...
Just you try and stop this wedding. Go on, Judge. Don't let anything stop you.
If you'll join hands, I'll proceed ceremony. Do you, Robert Crandall, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Sheila Shannon, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Then I pronounce you man and wife.
Well, with Blaine gone, I reckon Tommy can get a square deal now. The war's over for us, eh, Tex?
Yes, Wes, the war's over for us. But it's just starting for him. Just starting.